welcome to Talking Crass, your go-to podcast for laughs, fun, and our opinion on film. I'm here as always with the co-host with the most. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me, John.
Beetroot, how you doing, son?
Fantastic. Last episode we stole an idol off a pedestal. Got a little rocky. The entirety of our recording studio caved in our heads. But we've had the cleanup crew involved. We've spent big money on getting the place looking nice and tasty for you guys.
We're back. Beat, did you think that was the cheesiest outro that we've ever done?
Well,
it sounded pretty cheesy to me.
Just you wait until I'm editing this later on tonight. We've got a very special episode coming up for you guys right now.
So this episode, people, it's going to follow the usual structure like we always do. We're going to start with not necessarily top 5. Then we're going to true or false trivia. Then we're going into beats points. End off with a few fun questions. Also, within the episode, we're going to announce our winner at the giveaway we put on.
All right.
So there's some lovely items to win. Other than that, Beat, we've just finished watching The Matrix.
Oh, Beat.
A classic.
A true classic.
I can't believe that it was made in 1999.
Look at this album. Just watch it.
Obviously,
we'll already CGI and that shit. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Although I do think it has early 90s CGI-itis of where
Rubberman.
No. If you get too much light in the room, it looks awful. But in darkness, like the shadows, to reference to Sight, Jurassic Park, Spielberg's use of the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
It's raining, it's dark, it's hard to see, but the CGI holds up today.
I get you, mate.
I don't understand, but there you go.
Anyway, what we'll do is, we'll go into a little bit further talk when we get into the point discussion. We'll start off, though, with one of your favourite segments of our 3 segments. Not necessarily top 5. And in true ode to The Matrix, we're going to go with not necessarily top 5, when eyes roll in the back of your head in film. And of course, the scene where Morpheus is drugged up to hell by Agent Smith. There's some goddamn eye rolling going on, Beat.
Right, so in order of that.
That's why, if anyone's wondering, what that's got to do with The Matrix.
Why does his eyes roll in the back of his head? He's just getting poisoned a bit.
Stuff his tits, mate.
Alright, I get you.
That's why he's just like...
Dratton Lawrence Fishburne ad-libbed that in, or was it in the script?
I think asked him to look like he's going to get
like
drugged
he's out
up.
of it.
Yeah,
Alright.
I mean, if you say to me, look like you're drugged up, my eyes are going to the back of my head.
Rolling straight back.
100%.
Right, do you want me to kick it off?
Take us away.
First one. Men in Black.
When that happened? Honestly, I was skulking about the world of film here, and I'm reaching on this one.
I'm running through the brain just trying to remember a few. I also want to get in my favourite kind of impression I do, which is the weird farmer guy who's been taken over by a locust parasite in Men in Black.
Right, Pete, before you do it, hit us with the impression.
Have you got any sugar? I could really use some sugar.
That's it now. Thank you. Anyway, I'm pretty sure when he gets taken over by the bug,
right,
or at least his zombified like corpse skin, kind of gives the appearance he's got like whitened eyeballs.
That's fair.
Rolled into the back of his skull.
Okay.
Could be wrong. Could be remembering things terribly, but don't worry. This list is about to get a whole lot worse in quality of matching the top 5.
All right, Pete.
Hit me next up, John.
I'll hit you one.
Yes.
Daredevil.
Oh, no! Was that a risky one?
That's a bit of a risky one.
So we didn't.
He's got white eyes.
We obviously don't trade our answers before revealing on the podcast because we want the naturalist reaction possible. You said to me though, I've got a risky one that might need editing out.
What do you reckon?
I'll give you that. I don't think blind people will be offended. It's a joke.
Alright, Pete.
If they are,
I love how we've got to get to a point where this is crass. We can say what we want. We don't have to explain ourselves.
Right, you can see what we want. I want it to be jokes. I don't want to just set out to hurt people.
Anyway, he's got white eyes, so I think his retina's been burned off.
I'm sure.
in
Is that how it
poisonous-
works?
Something splashed into his eyes.
Is it just?
They're not like just roll backwards.
Okay, I know.
He's had like
okay,
his
yeah,
eyeballs
okay,
burned.
yeah, I
That's
know.
why they're like that. I think he's
know.
got white eyes. Or is that part of his mask?
No, he's got like kind of. I don't know. It's got to have a word. I want to say cataracts, but I don't think that's it.
I don't want to go into.
It's not glaucoma, is it?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Fuck that.
if you're offended by that, please write in. We will apologise.
We're
And
not
re-edit the
apologising.
podcast.
We're not apologising for shit on
John,
here.
Okay.
This is going south really quickly.
Daredevil-
And I'm teetotal this episode.
Right, rolled into the back of head. I mean, mine didn't really, so I give you
I know.
that
Are
one.
you giving us that one now?
Next one,
Come on then.
Starship Troopers.
Explain again.
Right, so we've got Johnny Rico, my favourite character in any sort of film.
Oh, I know what you mean.
And you've got his girlfriend, who's not his girlfriend. She's actually going out with the pilot, Commander guy.
That's a great shout by
And the
you, this,
Commander
by
guy,
the way.
right at the end of the film, not to spoil anything, get out now, skip ahead 15 seconds, big brain bug sucks his brains out of his head like it's a goddamn Tropicana.
It's a great eye and the eyes roll back out.
Yeah, they definitely do, don't they? Like,
the eyes roll back.
like
the
he's
eyes
got the
roll
life
back.
force sucked out of him. So there you go. That's the one. That's top of the list.
I've got one for you, mate.
Yep.
Home Alone, when he gets electrocuted.
That popped in my head when he turns into a skeleton.
I'm sure the eyes roll back. I think.
I'll give you that.
I think.
Have you been on YouTube and seen the Home Alone where it's been edited to look like he's actually killed them?
Oh, no, honestly, that's when people
Unbelievable, right?
make the discussion about that he can stand alone in any like murderer film going. Like he
Well-
sets a death trap, a fucking house up. You
I
know what
know,
I mean?
but someone's edited on the scenes on YouTube, so when they get a brick thrown off their head, they just die because it's like from 40 feet.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Unreal.
some of
I'm
that
linking
stuff.
that in. It's
Right,
incredible.
Fair.
My last one,
Uh-huh.
straight to DVD, WrestleMania Undertaker Special
Oh, you're
14.
putting a WWE one in,
I
are
had
you?
to. So the WrestleMania Special, WrestleMania 12 I'm going for.
WrestleMania
It's-
12 special.
Pick a WrestleMania, it's got the Undertaker in.
Fair.
He
I-
does a signature eye roll.
I
I mean,
was
it's an easy target.
I was thinking the Undertaker, but then I was like, how am I going to get into this podcast since it's a podcast about film?
Right.
You've managed to do it, B.
Thank you.
My last one, B. 50 Shades of Grey.
What? You've seen that film?
No.
Right.
It's following on from the last podcast. I'm guessing there's some eye rolling going on.
Got ya. Well, I was rolling my eyes when I saw the trailer. Hey-oh!
Very good, B. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Um,
So basically, can
off
we
the
go
top
a
of our
little
head,
in depth
is
on that?
any-
He's getting the life force sucked out of him again.
exactly.
Right, I got it.
Can we go any further in depth there?
No,
Is there
no,
any
that's
off the top of your
enough.
head?
Oh, off the top of my head.
Aye. I
No,
think,
they're in the back of my head. If only I could see them using my eyes.
Insert cricket noise now.
Once an episode.
Well, I want to see a vampire film.
Vampire film. Any sort of time you're getting sucked or drained off.
Every time you get
Get
sucked
drained on.
or drained off.
I think it's a good visual representation of getting sucked
There
off
you have
by an
it.
hose.
Fans of the podcast,
Get drained off.
anytime you're getting drained on or sucked off, the eyes are rolling. Or is it sucked on or drained off?
Sucked on, drained off, so it sounds less
Sucked-
crude.
Sucked on, drained off.
Less crass.
There you go.
Brilliant.
That kind of wraps up. Not necessarily top 5. Eyes rolling back into your skull in film.
Okay, I like it.
Fans, friends, anyone, hit us up with what you think are the best ones in film.
Chief
Have we missed any out?
suck offers, chief drainers.
What about Storm? X-Men?
Oh, that's why you didn't put that in. That's a nail. You've nailed it there.
Right, I'm hitting that one. Storm, X-Men.
What happens to
when
those
she-
who get sucked off? Everything else.
That's the second time. In
Aye, right,
second
right.
time, babe. Right. On that note, straight into True or False Trivia.
Like it.
In this popular segment of the podcast, I pose some facts and trivia to the beetroot. He's got to guess which are true and which are red herons, aka false. As always, I get my information from popular film website IMDb, where anyone can upload up to.
Don't you mean Shmem Speed B?
A lot like Wikipedia, this has got us into trouble in the past,
Right.
but roll with it.
Like an eye.
Straight into a beat. Wu Ping Yoon.
Is it insensitive to laugh at the name like that?
I don't
Or is this fake? See, that I'm getting it out there, 'cause this could be fake. You made the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard.
Wu Ping Yuan.
Is that a postcode?
Wu Ping Young
Alright, that sounds
initially
better.
refused to work on the film and hoped that by asking for an exorbitant fee, it would turn off the Wachowskis. It didn't. He next formulated what he considered an impossible request. He said that he'd only agree to do it if he had complete control over the fights. And that he trained the actors for 4 months before their shoot. The Wachowskis complied with his request. So, Bede, is Wu Ping Young the guy who does all the fight scenes?
Yes, it is.
It is, Bede.
Thank you.
True. So this dude didn't want to do it. Tried to keep up like with all of it. Asked for loads of money. Want ridiculous requests, and
Yep.
they still got him in. That's the crack.
Does it show in the film?
Unreal.
Very much so.
Very good. Also a little nuance to a film that he's done in the past with Jet Li, I think it is. Have you seen anyway? You know the drunken fighting style.
Yes.
That's off one of his films that he did with like, I think Jackie Chan. I think with Jackie Chan came up with drunken fight style, and that's when it comes up on the
The little
screen
screen,
with all the other
Easter egg.
stuff. Yeah, so it's a little
Nice.
Easter egg of. It is a fighting style, but it's a different thing.
Very cool.
Next one, Bede. For the cell phone conversation scene between Neo and Morpheus in the Metacortex office, Keanu Reeves actually climbed up the window without a stuntman, which was 34 floors up.
Oh. Right, my brain's working. Did I hear this or not? I want to, I'm not saying it yet, true as the day my little bot touched this earth. But I'm 100% sure I've got a little bit of knowledge in the back of my head saying that's true. So I'm going for it. True.
Bede, that's true.
Yes!
Right, moving straight on. The character Switch is seen in light or white clothing in various scenes compared to the dark black of the rest of the cast.
Right.
This was due to actress Belinda McClory refusing to wear black leather due to her fear of ever having to take part in BDSM.
So you're telling me Lawrence Fishburne had no alterations with that, like, and then this motherfucker. False.
It's false.
Yes.
Apparently the real reason was it was originally going to be that when she entered the Matrix she was going to be like a man. That's why she was called Switch.
No way.
But then they got rid of it.
I like that.
Aye.
That's a good idea.
And just kept one actress.
Oh, I guess that.
And then give her a different clothing colour.
They should have made her the guy who is with her all the time.
Ah, yeah.
Because
Who also is probably one of the least memorable characters of any film ever.
Exactly, aye. I mean, she is as well, to be fair. That would have made her a little more interesting. I like that.
Yeah. B. Will Smith was approached to play Neo, but turned down the offer
Really?
in order to star in Wild Wild West.
No.
Nicolas Cage also turned down the role.
Oh, right. So the Will Smith, I believe, is true. The Nick Cage, no, false. So what do I answer? False, because you included Nick Cage.
It's true.
What?
Nicolas Cage that was wanted by the company, Warner Brothers. They wanted Nicolas Cage. They wanted Nicolas Cage, Brad Pitt, or Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer? In 1999, how bad was his career going by then?
No, it would be mint because he'll have just done Batman.
Alright, so he's fucking hot to trot.
Yeah, he'll have done Batman, which came out in 1996, I think.
Okay, I'll get you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
But they wanted Johnny Depp massively,
To play Neo.
and it came down to Johnny Depp and Keanu Reeves, and Keanu Reeves wanted it more. Was better in the role, so they changed their mind and got Keanu Reeves
Do
in.
you think Johnny Depp wants to climb up to the 300th floor of the Metacorp building?
I mean, the 90s was a rough period for Johnny Depp, wasn't it?
It was,
Until he found like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, if you look at one way, it was probably his best period, I don't know.
Moving on.
Moving on.
To get the mechanical voice on the phone when leaving the Matrix, sound coordinators auto-tuned a bear roaring.
So is this the noise where it goes?
Aye, when they're on the phone.
Absolute shite. There's no way. False.
It's false. You're getting worried there, aren't you?
There's no way. It sounds like.
Can you do me an impression of an auto-tuned bear roaring? No one in the world can auto-tune their own voice, to be fair.
One, how do I auto-tune my own voice? 2, how do I imitate a bear?
Bede. In Greek mythology, Morpheus is the god of dreams. Somewhat ironic, considering Morpheus' role here is to awaken people from their dream states to reality.
How is that ironic?
True or false?
False.
That's true.
Well, how is it ironic?
Right, so Morpheus in Greek mythology is the god of dreams, aka falling asleep.
Right, so the Wachowski...
Morpheus in the Matrix job is to waken people up from the Matrix and get them to join his clan.
Oh, right, I wasn't listening properly.
Damn right you weren't.
But what I was going to say is that's not ironic because the Wachowskis clearly made that distinction or made that decision to choose this character because of its irony. So then it loses its irony.
Alright.
I don't know.
So, Bede. That wraps up an eventful true or false trivia.
Right.
Bede. Time for your bit of the show.
Let's go. Right, first point. So first point was Hugo Weaving. Yes.
Great shout. Great start of the film.
How can you get anybody better than Hugo Weaving to play Mr. Smith?
I mean, he's a villain. They nearly had to recast him, you know, Bede.
Ooh, tell us.
He had a polyp.
A polyp?
Do you know what a polyp is?
I've heard it. I don't know what it is.
In his knee or something like that, in his leg.
Is it an air bubble?
We'll get back to you, 2 seconds.
Okay.
Anyway, just go.
So
he just had he had a knee injury.
And
they thought he might not be able to do the fight intensive scenes.
Right.
But they managed to film around it. But there was a strong possibility he was going to be recast.
Okay, that's sad.
That would have changed the Matrix, mate. Like, I think he's had big an influence.
I couldn't agree more. So next point: villains are shown first, also have involvement with police, makes us identify them with them as saviours and protectors, whilst also making us believe the Trinity is the bad person.
That's a good point.
So we don't understand the motives of our characters yet, and we are obviously purposefully kept out of information.
Aye. See.
So we're like, police, if I can refer to another film, Terminator 2 uses the T-1000 in a police officer uniform. Obviously, if you'd seen the trailer, that would be ruined, but you were like, he is to protect and serve. Obviously, not in our current political climate, maybe not people not thinking that, but definitely back in the 1990s, they would have seen a police officer blue form as a saviour.
Do you know what, Bate? That went right over my head.
Right.
Because, obviously, I was watching it already knowing that they were good guys.
Right.
But, again, it's a good point you made, because it is very much on the fence whether these people are good or bad, isn't it?
Yes.
You literally don't know until you've got Neo in the car sucking the thing out of his bloody belly.
Well,
eyes rolling back.
I think the great point it changes is when she's running away from him. It's like a horror film, and she jumps through the window, and we follow her perspective.
Yeah.
And that obviously makes us identify with her.
Yeah.
And it's honestly frightening the way it's filmed, of this idea of this weird CIA agent coming after you.
There's a few times
I think it switches, and that's a great little moment of when you're like,
there's
a
few times we mentioned where it's like a case of, is this a horror film?
Right, absolutely.
It's got very much horror elements in the first Matrix.
We'll pick up on that later. So, from the first scene, so many questions as a first-time viewer. Imagine it in that idea. Who is this girl? Why are the police after her? Why did she run for the phone knowing she would be ploughed by a truck? How is she still alive? Right at the start of the film, teeing up you with questions which you want the answers to. So not only have we got a basic plot running along,
sets the journey up,
action scenes as well, we also have these questions lingering in the back of our mind. I enjoy when a film does that. Very good.
Sets the journey up, But I've got one question.
Yes.
Which is my first point. How does Morpheus know Neo is the one?
Problem with the film.
Is that a plot hole or not? Or do you find that out?
It's not a plot hole. It's lazy. I believe it's lazy writing. There is a character inserted called the Oracle who says, "Oh, do this." That's very convenient to get around having to write scenes in to explain why Morpheus knows that he's the one. So it's a bit lazy, but I can accept it.
Throughout the film, his obviously motivation is to get Neo to live and bring him a bit like he's a mentor.
Yeah.
Plays the role of the mentor, really, doesn't he?
Definitely.
And get him to reach his full potential. But I was just wondering, like, how does he know this random lad's Neo?
I think it's that set up just to show that...
Because you saw the farms, by the way, of all the people in the farms. How the hell's he found him?
The Oracle tells him.
Is that it?
Yes.
But then the Oracle told Neo that he wasn't the one.
I think that's the point. It wants you to think who's telling the truth here.
Anyway,
who's right. But anyway, it's a little bit of laziness.
I just enjoyed how... Right, do you want to go?
Definitely. Does a great job of capturing the depression of a small office job and creating that want for something special to happen in your life.
Yeah.
I think it's very relatable to many citizens watching this film.
He's got the loose-fitting suit on.
Loose-fitting suit. It's awful, depressing greys, boring. No bright colours on the screen. The cinematography. There's no reds, bright purples. It's all grey, all mulching together.
Green tint, isn't it?
Green tint. We'll pick on that later.
Mm-hmm.
But I just enjoyed that. It makes it a bit more relatable.
Yeah.
Relating to the main character of the film. Next point.
Mm-hmm.
True horror comes in the form of your mouth being melted shut and a robot shrimp burrowing down into your belly button.
Bit I've got frightening the mouth bit and shrimp into the belly button. What the hell's that all about?
So Neo's rang up by Morpheus. He knows he's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Why? We don't know, as we've spoke with you about. But we know that the CIA agents, or the agents as we'll just call them now,
yeah, the agents
who were chasing down Trinity, are now chasing down
I love how they were
Mr. Anderson.
I loved how they were clear antagonists straight away as well.
No, well, the first point we said they were the
Yeah.
protagonist, didn't we?
Well, we were like, oh, what's going on? But
Then the clear
after the point you can
antagonists.
see from like 20 minutes into the film,
These
they
are
are-
weird, shady motherfuckers.
there's something wrong with these guys.
Right,
like,
I get you.
There's no grey area with them, I don't think, after 20 minutes.
Definitely not.
At the start there is, but not after 20
From the
minutes.
point that horror scene comes in with the mouth melted shut, no,
No.
definitely not. So the point I was picking up on is horror nowadays, Annabelle, jump scare.
Mm-hmm.
We'll quiet the audio down and then spike it up.
Yep.
That is not scary. Sorry, it may be scary, but it's not horrifying.
It doesn't make you lay in bed and think about it for 3 days afterwards.
Now, maybe I was young at the time when I saw the film, but I still think about it now, the way his mouth closes. And he struggles and grunts in pain.
You know what I'm like. We both don't really like horrors. You're better than what I am.
Yeah.
That's why we rarely do a horror. And for the Halloween special, we're going to have to do a horror.
Okay.
And we're going to put it to the vote. I've got one that I want to watch because it's not
What
scary.
could it be?
Oh, God. No, we're not doing it. We refuse.
Okay.
We're not getting on that bloody train.
Right.
We're off it. We're right off that train.
See ya.
We're off it. Moving on.
Moving on.
Body deformation beat.
Hate it.
It's on my mind. You know, when people, even District 9, you know, when like his fingernails and
That's
teeth,
awful.
his
that.
teeth are falling out and
That's
shit like that.
awful.
That's not horror. But
There's good symbolism in there, though.
oh God, just minging stuff like The Fly. The Fly is a film I can never unsee.
I think we spoke about that before.
I can't unsee it.
I also attach symbolism to the point of it burrowing into where his umbilical cord would be.
But you
the
know,
belly button.
but when right, so they're in the Matrix.
Yes.
And the agents put that in the Matrix into Neo.
Yes.
Why? How's that going to affect him?
It's a tracker, isn't it?
So it's a track in the Matrix.
They know
Because he's not out of the Matrix
agents,
yet.
The agents know Morpheus wants him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how as well for that.
But how would that tracker be inside him when he leaves the Matrix?
I don't know the science behind it. I don't know it.
Maybe it's just a tracker for when he's in the Matrix.
Wouldn't a virus follow you through though if it's all just computer shit? Wouldn't travel up the... I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know, mate.
So Neo escapes the agents.
Yep.
How does he escape the agents? Oh, he wakes up. He thinks it's a dream.
He thinks it's a dream beat.
And he's contacted...
Because we love a dream sequence.
He's contacted by Morpheus,
Mm-hmm.
taken into a little building, and given the great scene of red or blue pill.
Beat?
Yes.
Obviously, there's a fan question.
How much do you want to get into the red blue pill?
We'll do it in fan questions because
Okay.
one of my questions, I'm one of your fans, Beat, will be that.
Thank you. From red blue pill, we get Neo being born again in the real world.
Shave
I've got related to that. Wow, that reveal, baby.
when he looks like a monk.
when he looks like Deadpool.
He shaved every like bit of his hair off.
Did he?
Whole body and like starved himself for 2 weeks.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Great.
He was so much into this role, you know.
Was he?
Even if he is a god awful actor, I didn't say that.
I
Sorry.
would say god awful.
He's a god awful actor. Beat moving on.
He hasn't got much range.
He hasn't got much range.
He's a good actor in his film, which is the stoic surfer dude man.
Oh, aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, we could talk for hours about humans being batteries and not being in the real world.
But that's boring.
But fuck all that artistic cinematography. I want the real questions. Like, how does Morpheus get his eyes rolled so far in the back of his head?
I mean, we get on about Keanu Reeves not being a good actor. Lawrence Fishburne hitting it out the park with that eye rolling.
Anyway, getting back to things. Neo's plucked out of the baby soup.
Baby soup.
And taken to the Nebuchadnezzar. I don't know if they reprogrammed a spider bot.
Right.
The ones that look after the little babies. Because aren't they in control of the... Oh, no. Or we later find out.
Right, hold on.
Are the spider bots in control of Agent Smith?
Hold on.
Or the spider bots robots that want to kill all humans? So why would he plug them out and give them to the Nebuchadnezzar crew?
Agent Smith is working with the robots.
No, isn't that a virus in the robots' systems? So we have the robots who want one thing, we have the humans who want to live, and we have the Agent Smith who wants to multiply because he's a little virus.
But he says humans are viruses?
Exactly, that's the point.
Right, okay. Beat! How did they get him?
Exactly, they just pluck him out. Maybe he's got a little sensor in him. If they can plug him into a wheeled world.
But they can't take the Nebuchadnezzar there because
there's robots
everywhere.
Robots
there.
I know.
I'm going to put down a plot hole. Plot hole?
Maybe.
We found a plot
Please
hole.
read.
We found a plot hole.
Please read in. We found a plot hole in this massively vast universe. Here's me going back on my word about cinematography. Great use of colour grading to define the real and the fake. Greens are used in the Matrix to symbolise we're in the fucking Matrix.
Simple as.
And a grey, dull colour expresses a drab, a dreary world. The blotted out
blue,
clouds.
It's blue tint for like the real
awful
world.
Blech.
Also beat the middle world, aka Middle Earth.
Right.
When they're in the dojo, is yellow.
That's called Middle Earth.
I made that up myself.
Oh, boo.
When they're not in the Matrix, not in the real world, just like in the training area.
The training area.
It's like yellow.
Okay, I like that. I do like that a lot.
To differentiate.
Ooh, baby. Next point. So, Neo is plucked out. He's given a couple of back massages, a bit of acne puncture, and he's ready to go.
Yep.
He finds out he's got tubes, circles, getting inserted into him, every orifice possible. We find out he has to learn Kung Fu.
Of course.
He can be programmed like a robot using the technology of the robots to make him a battery. They use that to upload information into his brain, so nothing needs to be learned.
So basically it sets you up for... They've got all these programs. The guy who's in Tank who's in charge of it. No matter what it is, it's like foreshadowing for the film, really. If you need to know something, it's an out. That's why everyone looks like a superhero when they're in the Matrix.
Yes.
If you're out of the Matrix and you know what's going on, you can be a superhero.
So, if you ever experienced in your life some sort of programming from Tank or not, John?
But it's interesting you should say that. I can now do a handstand and pour a bottle of vodka and orange at the same time.
10 hours straight. He's a machine.
I've also took 25 shots of my golf game.
Show me.
Anyway, it's a beat. Let's continue.
So, we find out you can be programmed like a computer.
Right.
He plops in Kung Fu.
Oh god, I'm sorry, I'm cracking up over that.
I can't believe you learned it that way.
I mean, beat the things I know. When I'm doing a handstand in the kitchen and pouring a vodka and orange, now you know why.
Anyway, Love how strength in the Matrix comes from imagination and conceptualization. Bit of Yoda themes
I
going
was
on.
about to say that, Beat. Morpheus, they've got to have looked at the Yoda character and copied it like.
A little bit, but the whole idea
Morpheus
is
is Yoda. This is it's Empire. this film is Empire.
Hero's journey.
With Yoda being Morpheus and Luke being Neo. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Okay.
I know we're going to say that it's the hero's journey all over again. It's a similar thing. It's always been from years and years. You've got the mentor, you've got the protagonist, you've got the dreamer, the guy who wants to get out of there. Anyway, it just reminded me of Empire, but with weird bald battery babies and alien gloop.
So, alongside that, we not only learn this through the fight scene between Morpheus and Neo, but it also establishes the rule of death at the same time. Nice and lean.
Mm-hmm. Like it.
Enjoy it. Moving on, we find out a character in the background called Cypher is working with the agents. Succulent steak scene juxtaposes the slop the crew eat on the Nebuchadnezzar. Makes you empathise with the bald evil motherfucker and question your own choice if placed in the same situation. Would you rather be in the reality of a slop-driven, shitty world, or would you rather be in a fake world, not knowing you're outside of it, and eating lovely juicy steak? Not at the price of backstabbing your friends, though. just going back.
The steak looks tremendous as well.
It looks incredible. Maybe a little undercooked for my taste. I'm also...
You can't undercook a steak. Anyway, sorry, we missed the point there as well, Pete.
What's that?
Do you know when Mike Morpheus is in the Matrix and he's like, look, when you get plugged in the Matrix,
It's your ideal
vision of yourself.
Yeah.
Like what we've said about the bald guy.
Uh-huh.
Want to be an actor or whatever. Morpheus, bald, green tie,
Yeah.
full black perfect suit,
Love that.
and glasses that don't have like legs. Do you call glasses legs on?
I don't know.
Just they must be so uncomfortable, them glasses, to try and keep in your eyes. Like, how do they
They
even
must have
work?
like a little pinch. There
Like
must
a
be
clip on there?
Clipping onto the nose.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I think they come off when he gets punched.
So whilst in the Matrix, what was the next? Where do we move next? Why do they go into the Matrix to do something?
Right, so Neo has to go in
Yeah.
and see the Oracle
Yes.
to find out whether he is actually the one.
Of course.
Because the Oracle's just the Oracle. I don't think they give him much backstory. It's just like, this old woman's been here since the start,
Yeah.
and she knows exactly what's going to go on.
Don't ask questions.
And
She
you've-
knows
you've
everything
got the-
plot-wise.
You've got the, look at the spoon, Michael. You know what I mean?
We get your bald Yuri Geller kid.
I mean,
Anyway, moving on. Genius. How we are in a world where anything makes sense, such as superpowers and guns, yet characters are still vulnerable.
yeah.
Name me some sort of similar situation where that can happen. I love that idea.
So they're bouncing about like superheroes, but
Yes.
really, they're not invincible. If they get
Not
shot,
at all.
If they get shot, they're dead.
I love
now,
that.
It's hard to hit them, but if a random cop turns around and shoots them, they're dead.
Dead. Great way to work it in.
Mhm.
Love it. Agent Smith is just a T-1000.
Simple.
He just is.
Simple
No,
as.
plays it so well. No emotion.
What do you think of the other two? Who's with them?
Not important at
I
all.
was like, what's that all about? Just two different agents.
Two different
Fair enough.
agents.
You know when Neo goes to see the Oracle?
Yeah.
How come, right? He can move faster than light, but he can't stop that vase from smashing.
Can Neo move faster than light, can he?
Well, he does dodge bullets,
Did bullets travel at the speed of light?
and when he's fighting Morpheus, he does the old.
Okay. Alright.
You know what I mean?
I'll
So if
give
that
that.
vase is smashing, you just like go boom, and just catch it.
He doesn't know his power yet.
Right, okay.
He has to learn that. Hero's journey, mate.
Fair enough, mate.
So once he visits the Oracle, as I say, I'm bringing points up like ahead of the fact of where we are in the story.
Yep.
On the way back, we learned that Cypher's dropped them in it by leaving a little phone telling agents where they are, and they're attacked. And Morpheus is captured. The others escape, but Cypher makes it back to the Nebuchadnezzar by getting a phone out
Of course he does.
and unplugs Tagalong 1 and Switch.
And tag along one.
And tag along 2.
No idea who that other guy was. Can't remember who he
Mouse dies.
is. Switch has a good. Mouse dies well.
Switch has a good line. I like.
Mouse pulls out the big machine guns. Switch to the line's good. Not like this. Please, not like this.
Not like this. I
mean,
do
it would
enjoy
be a
that.
shit way to die. You can die any way and you get unplugged.
It is a shitty way. Only wish I cared more about them characters.
That's not a bad way to die, I suppose. It doesn't hurt, does it really?
Might do, who knows?
I know, who knows, getting unplugged now.
They might be trapped in like a void of white space.
Maybe, you're right.
Infinitely. What are the limitations of downloading knowledge? Why does Trinity need to learn how to fly a helicopter? So, Morpheus is taken to the Metacorp building.
Yeah.
He's getting fucked up by the agents.
Yep.
Drugged. They want to find the plans, the passcodes to get into Zion, the last remaining human village. Because
Okay.
agents are just evil bastards. They want to wipe them out. They think humanity is a virus, just like they are. Obviously, Wachowski's portraying feelings of their own.
Yeah.
Neo and Trinity formulate a plan of jumping in with a helicopter or a minigun.
We're going back.
They're going back to save our boy Roland back into the Head Eyes
Yeah.
Man. In that time, Morpheus is fucked up, but we get a scene where Trinity has to learn on the spot how to fly a helicopter.
On the spot.
It's a cool moment, but how much information can we just take in? Why didn't she preload that? Why wouldn't you preload everything into your head?
Maybe she's never needed to fly a helicopter before.
Why would you not put that in? What is the limitation to that? If you could learn
I bet
everything ever...
I bet you can fly a plane,
Yes.
but maybe not a helicopter.
Why wouldn't you learn that? Why wouldn't you spend fucking 500 hours
I know, like-
learning everything?
Like, what else are you doing? You just
What
you're
else?
sitting
Were
around
you eating porridge?
Ship eating porridge.
Eating porridge and fucking fondling, you get holes on your arms.
I mean, I'd know all sorts, me, like. All sorts.
All sorts. Anyway,
Anyway.
the plan is a success.
Why have I got one of my points is love a good trench coat out?
Oh, that's because right. That was the point before this, which I missed. Film has no right to be as good as it is for being made in 1999.
You're right. Are we,
Thanks.
there you go, so lads. What about when the marble bullet effect
That's what it's
on the
irrelevant
pillars,
to.
mate?
How?
How good
How-
was
what
that,
is-
man?
There's chunks going everywhere. I can't see shit.
There's bits falling off that aren't meant to in production, by the way, and they just kept it in because it looked awesome.
That's delicious.
It's like just all real footage.
Incredible. We've got people doing flips where it's not CGI. They've actually got them in a harness.
How
Real gunfire, like squibs and
how
shit.
cool would it be
Yeah.
being just one of the people who's like lined up behind a camera and shooting the shit out of marble out?
Boy, oh boy, do I want to do that one day in my life. I think you want to bring up a point, John, about that scene.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of robotically murder a lot of innocent civilians. Although they are police officers working for the agent's corporation.
I mean, I'm
They
guessing
don't know.
if you die in the Matrix, then you die in your battery.
Your battery, 100%. But he's just a police officer who had 4 kids, who was working for a shitty company.
Even though he's in the
He got the
Matrix.
shit riddled out of him, and Neo didn't blink.
He's like, yeah, I know, it's like two people walking into is it a bank they go into or
Just a business.
a big business building,
a
right?
mogul.
So they walk in with black glasses on, all in black with black trench coats, guns coming out the ears,
Yep.
and the security guy's like, "Hey,
right.
hey, what are you?" Just fucking kill him. Just fucking kill him. There you go. Simple as.
Merciless.
Moving on.
So they bust out Morpheus in a great action set piece. There's a helicopter. There's wibbly wobbly glass windows.
Aye.
Everybody survives. But then what happens? A goddamn agent turns up.
Of course.
Very much enjoy that when Neo instinctually dodges the agent's bullets, he still gets hit. Again shows that at times of large displays of power, there is still vulnerability.
Yeah, he's still learning.
Exactly. We haven't peaked yet.
Yeah.
Very good. I love a little hero's journey. I also love following that is when Trinity says the line, "Dodge this," and claps him right in the temple.
Boom.
Beautiful. Question I'm posing to you, John. Does a desert eagle really sound like that?
Mate, I wouldn't know what Desert Eagle sounds like.
Oh.
I mean, I know it's loud. It's the loudest
gotta be
gun you
loud,
fire.
But it sounds like a revolver to me, John.
I'm thinking it's just a revolver, mate.
So, after killing that agent, although you can't really kill them,
Aye.
just kills the body they inhabit, the three run and try and find an exit point, which comes in the form of a payphone in a subway.
Subway. With, of course, a random bum.
The bum gets AOL connection from 1990 noised.
Bear, auto-tuned.
Yes, auto-tuned bear. So the bum we find in the tube station gets taken over by Agent Smith. And Morpheus makes it out, and Trinity makes it out, of course. Left 101. 101 left one-on-one with Neo, the boy. We have a nice little fight scene.
But it's run or fight.
Oh, we get
He looks at the exit.
we get the nice shot of
And
the
he
stairway.
he turns round. He's beginning to believe.
Oh,
So good, oh.
gets me right up
And
there.
just gets sprayed all over, really, isn't he?
Pretty much but comes out on top. It's the false victory.
The false victory.
A little change to the hero's journey.
Mhm.
Oh no, wait, is that in there? The downfall before, right at the ultimate.
You know, everyone has the downfall before, like
just before
yeah.
the ultimate victory, right? So after beating Agent Smith,
Mhm.
Neo's running away, trying to find an exit, and we encounter him in little hallways. Point is, claustrophobia and crazy camera movement is perfect when Neo's being chased again.
He's running to try and find the exit, isn't he?
Yet again, bringing up horror themes. And the fact that it's not just a loud bang, it's that idea, the psychological terror of someone chasing you down that's an unstoppable force.
Very intelligent, to be fair, isn't it?
Love it. Neo unfortunately encounters Agent Smith back to life and takes 15 Desert Eagle bullets to the stomach.
So I've got a point A, B.
Yeah,
Shot to death,
yeah,
then born again.
right.
Is that Christ connotations?
Well,
The one.
the one. There's a lot of religious imagery.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like getting into it because there's a lot smarter people than me can dissect the film. Also, will behave for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at it on the surface, he's called Neo, which I'm pretty sure is Latin for new.
Boom.
So
We're not totally thick on this podcast.
I guess not. Although that's pretty basic Latin, I think.
Don't take it away from us, people.
Wait, just you wait, John, to
Don't-
show how thick we are.
Don't take it away
Last
from us.
point. Alright, I know I made the point about vulnerability, but boy does it get me full length when Morpheus says he's the one. Joking aside, if there wasn't another movie in the franchise, I think this is fine. The cycle has been complete, Neo is the one, and that is it. The problem is trying to make him vulnerable again for another 2 movies. So once he is Ultimate One version, I can eviscerate bullets and fly, how do you make him vulnerable again?
Nah.
I think the circle has been complete. Don't go back to the franchise. Thank you very much. He's no
Do you
longer
think-
vulnerable.
Do you think, B, that this was originally going to be a standalone film? Or that always thought it would be a trilogy?
100% standalone film.
See how it did, and then leave options to revisit it.
You always have to think that way, that there's going to be sequels, because you have the remaining cast of
Could
characters.
this be a standalone film?
It could be. I mean, his journey
is
is
a good enough-
complete.
Yeah, so he's become the one.
Maybe it's because the other
It's not-
2
there's
films are shit. I'm
yeah.
seeing that.
There's definitely stuff left unresolved, though.
Or maybe it just feels forced.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
That's the point, people. That's the point.
If you don't like them, send us a couple of in.
Hit us with some. Beat.
Yeah.
An interesting point I think we need to bring up
Well, before we go into fan questions.
before we go. What we'll do is we'll finish on this point, then we'll announce the winner of our giveaway, then we'll go into some fan questions. Anyway, I think an interesting point to discuss, which we haven't really picked up on the podcast,
Yes.
is you know the Wachowski brothers, Beat?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're now Wachowski sisters.
Really? Really?
Right, I've got a popular website up here. So, Lawrence, or Larry Wachowski, which there were Wachowski brothers in 1999 when they made the film,
Right.
directors, now goes by the name of Lana Wachowski.
It's not a bad name.
And Andy Wachowski,
Can I guess the female name?
yep,
Adette.
Lily.
Oh.
Again, a nice name. What, Beat, so, do you think, Beat, I'll pose you a question, right? Do you think their directorial style has changed from when they did The Matrix as brothers and now the sisters, or not?
When did the sex change occur? Was it after or before the third Matrix film?
So Lana completed the transition after Speed Racer's release in 2000.
Speed Racer.
And then, so after that...
She made... Right, sorry. Right,
Don't
hold on. Here's a good question, John. Here's a question to any... If any of our audience are trans, right? If you were a male in 2000 and you made a film in the year 2000 and then became female in 2010 and made a film in 2011, do I say he made The Matrix or she? Do I refer to you as your sex at the time of making the film? Or the sex you are currently?
Look, in my eyes, right? In my eyes, I believe that as soon as you mentally are suffering from depression and you want to be classed as a woman,
Right.
I don't think it hurts to just call someone a woman.
I understand that.
From there, so as soon as she comes out in the press and says, I was depressed, I've always felt like this.
Is that what she said?
Aye.
I want to say my story is, it was funny as out. I was getting off the bus, right?
Right, okay. Anyway,
this is great.
To wrap it up,
This is great.
it shocked us that the Wachowski brothers have now turned into
Yes,
sisters.
and we had no idea.
Now tell your bus story,
Right,
mate.
bus story does relate. I promise.
Okay.
So I'm at the back of the bus. I got on, but there was an interchange, so the bus drivers changed. Okay. And
Right.
commonly, I'm stereotyping all bus drivers here,
Yeah.
but they are usually male. If that says something about us, I don't know what it does.
Mm-hmm.
So my bus stop comes up. I ring the bell. I go and walk off. Well, look, I say, "Oh, cheese, mate." And it was a woman in the front driver's seat, and it felt so fucking stupid. And I just looked and realised I was like, and then just
There's
walked
no
off.
worse when you say that.
Have you
to
ever done
someone.
that?
When I've been to, like, a pub, and like a barmaid served us, and I've just
don't-
accidentally just gone,
It wasn't accidental. Like,
cheese, mate. And
Oh
it just
my God.
feels weird.
it's like calling your teacher mum.
Aye, I'd probably say in the northeast it is. Anyway, Beat. Now that we've addressed the elephant in the room, Beat,
Aye.
let's
Does it
move
have-
on.
Question
and
is,
give
does
away
the elephant
some
have a trunk?
amazing prizes?
Let's get the joke out.
Okay.
Question is, does the elephant in the room have a trunk or not?
You only up to 3 Beat noises this episode now. That's actually quite good going for you.
I hope the trans world thinks that's a great joke.
Anyway, here we go. For the giveaway, what we've done is, I've spent 5 minutes of my time on a random generator and put all the names of everyone who retweeted the video, liked it, and followed us.
Right.
So if you did that, you're in with chance. To win
A Wachowski.
a beautiful Crass box.
The Crass box. Could we have gotten any more than an original name?
I'm sorry, people, it just feels too good to not say it.
So, John, can you tell me what we can win in the Crass box of Crasshalla?
Beating the Crass box, you can win a genuine Rick and Morty mug.
Love it.
2 film posters, one of Middle-earth, one of Pulp Fiction,
Nice.
one genuine pop figure Jon Snow
In stark armour.
in stark armour, one Hot Wheels Millennium Falcon bead,
Yes.
and a pickup artist book called The Game written by Neil Strauss. It's an unreal book. Just read it.
And finally,
A Talking Crass t-shirt. Right, so, gonna hit the random generator now of names. Working. Boom! At Jav the East, you've won the competition, mate. What you've got to do is just hit us with your details on Twitter. Send us a DM if you want, and we'll get that stuff posted straight off to you. Well done, mate. Nice one. Hope you enjoy the gear. Moving on, Beat.
yes.
Let's hit some fun questions to end the podcast.
Game on. Getting to the actual good stuff.
Getting the good stuff, Beat. Right, Beat, we've got Michael Robinson here off the Twitter, at RobinsonMJ07.
Right.
A question for discussion. What attributes, if any, does Keanu Reeves possess as an actor?
So I said previously that he's good in action roles
Mhm.
and surfboarding movies. But actually himself may just be a surfboard put into the scene of film.
Mate, there was
Good
some...
films he's made? Speed. Is he a good actor in that? Is he a good actor in Point Break?
Yeah.
Do Johnny, not Rigo.
There was
Johnny
some-
Bligo. I can't remember what his
some
name is.
bits in this, by the way, where the acting's awful. At NTFTT pod, friends of the show also mentioned saying, like, how bad is the acting in the Matrix film itself. But you can look past that because of the fight scenes and marble getting blown off walls.
And the idea.
What was the bit that we were watching at the start of the film? It was absolutely awfully acted by Keanu Reeves.
He's trying to convince himself to climb He's trying to convince himself to climb out on the windowsill.
Yes, and he's like,
Come on, go. It's psyching
so
yourself
bad.
off. It's awful. But then he actually did it, so that's crazy.
Yes, and Michael, I'm going to say that he doesn't possess many, but throw him on a speeding bus that's going over 90 miles per hour. Or was it 75? I can't really remember.
75.
Or put him on a surfboard and he's got skills.
Put him against Patrick Swayze. Anybody acting against Patrick Swayze's got talent. Because he comes off as some sort of dominating role. He would take up the space in the air. But he held his own. Oh, Gary Busey as well.
Gary Busey.
I was taking lead in Nam while you were shitting in your pants and rubbing it in your goddamn face. Anybody can talk through that now without laughing has gone in my books. So there you go.
Pete, friend of the show, Bosk Bounty Hunt.
The one, the only.
Would the film be held in higher esteem had the sequels not been made and it was a standalone film? So we've discussed this a little bit, haven't we?
I enjoy the question. My opinion, films that follow after the original should never count or deduct from that experience of watching it by itself.
What if it's a middle film in the trilogy?
Does Dark Knight work by itself as a film?
Yes.
There's the answer to your question.
Does Empire work as a standalone film?
Yes.
I'd say yes.
No, it doesn't.
You'd need to know that. See, yeah, you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. My opinion on it, we had this conversation. Could that film stand alone, or were they expecting it if it flunked not to make another two?
But it definitely stands alone. But I don't think it's a worse film because of the other two.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Good question, though, Bosk.
Cheers, mate.
And to wrap things up, we've got the podcast everyone should listen to at NTFTT Pod, already mentioned. Describe how The Matrix would be like if it was an Office-style mockumentary.
Are they American?
They're American.
American Office, then, or not?
What's better, be quickly, the British Office or the American Office?
Never seen the American Office.
I mean, I want to see the British Office because we're British, but that bit when he rips the...
I've seen that one YouTube clip of when the guy does the Clarice.
When he does the Clarice off the
Yeah.
dummy. When they're doing
That's
the
very good.
first aid dummy. That had us in bits, by the way. We'll link that in the meta tags.
The meta tags, I like it. So what was the question again?
So, who would be who in the Office, really? Because obviously...
Who would be who in the Office? What?
Right, so...
Who would be David Brent in the Office? David Brent and now, what do you mean?
No, if you've got to put the Matrix characters into that.
Right, so Agent Smith is the lead, David Brent.
Do you reckon?
Therefore.
Where's Morpheus then?
Oh, shit.
The
Morpheus is the black guy?
The dude with the tash.
Oh, wait, no. Who's the fact? See, the black guy in the American Office is the guy who looks like Ali G.
Aye.
The fat Ali G guy. I think they're the same character. Right, so Neo would be the Hobbit man.
Yes, Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
We're going off British Office here.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Trinity would be
the lass.
behind
Behind the desk.
His weird mate would be Mouse
No.
with a blonde hair.
No, the other guy would be the bald guy with the goatee. Pranking around.
What? You really think so?
Why are you pranking around like a dickhead? I'm really struggling on this one.
Aye, there you go.
Where would you put Mouse?
Mouse is the guy with a little blonde hair.
Like you would make him. See, I would make the bald guy.
The guy who
with
gets his stapler put in a jelly.
You could make the bald guy with the goatee the guy out of who looks like Ali G.
I'd make.
Who's the dickhead who comes in between Martin Freeman and the blonde lass? Do you know the blonde lass was like fella?
Aye, he's
He's got to
just
be
him.
the bald guy with the goatee.
Alright.
Where's Tank?
Tank is the half bird costume that David Brent wears in that one episode.
Anyway, people, thanks for the questions. We're going to move swiftly on.
Terrible.
Beat, I'll hit you one. To pretty much end the podcast, Beat, you've got the opportunity to be plugged into the Matrix and live life like a battery, or be unplugged but live in a hellish world. What would you do?
So, do I know I'm in a battery world?
You're eating fucking porridge on the Nebuchadnezzar. That's your life.
No. When I'm in the Matrix, do I know I'm in the Matrix?
No. You're just in the Matrix.
Do I know that I would not know
You-
and
you-
be in the Matrix?
You could be in the Matrix now.
Alright, very good, but am I making the decision that I'm going to wipe my
What's-
memory and be a coward?
But be have a great life.
Yes.
Yeah, right, okay then. So I'll rephrase the question, Beat.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the bald guy with the goatee position.
Yes.
Do you live a proper life where you know it's real? Or do you live a life where plug me back in
Alright, so
and let us eat the steak? Do you know what I mean?
I'll give the answer.
Okay.
Plug my ass back in. That is the tastiest looking steak I've ever seen in my life, Hal. I'd also want to know what it would be like to be bald and have a goatee. So I'd get them just hide in.
But
And I just like being the bad guy, I guess.
you wouldn't be filled, Beat.
Filled.
You wouldn't be fulfilled.
So he's the real reason. I was just joking about it a bit there.
Okay.
What's the Earth where everyone's shit
Mhm.
outside the Matrix? I think is another Matrix.
What?
So it could be. So why rather than live in shit second Matrix world, we'll turn it into a section.
How is it a second Matrix world?
Insatrix, I call it.
Insextry.
Insextrix. So I'd rather live in dumb steak land than
Dumb State Land.
shitty cyborg spider world, which
Right,
is
I've
just
got
a
you.
second Matrix.
Beat all out to plug me back in and give us that sweet pizza, burger, margarita. Anyway, that's my point. And also maybe watch a little bit of football.
But thinking about that, you'd also be able to be a superhero because you would be able to go into the Matrix if you were outside of it with the knowledge.
No,
You can't do that?
no, it's live a decent life in the Matrix, or unplug yourself and be a superhero.
No, plug us in. I'll power your batteries.
Fair enough.
I'll power your lamp. Alien.
So that brings
man.
an end to an interesting podcast. Obviously, people, follow us on at Talking Crass on Twitter, Talking Crass on SoundCloud. Leave us that sweet 5-star review on iTunes. And that, my friends, brings an end to the podcast. Beat. Why the hell is Lawrence Fishburne in the living room?
At last.
Honoured to meet you, Mr. Fishburne.
No. The honor is mine.
I mean, I'm a big fan of yours, Mr. Fishburne. I'm really impressed by your portrayal of Perry White in Man of Steel.
How do you get them glasses to stay on?
I know, can you tell us that? Why is he remaining so quiet?
Hold on.
Does he have a question for us?
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember.
Blue pill. Ah. See you later, mate.
Cheers, though.